All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're basically going to be medical detectives. We're going to solve a mystery. And it all starts with a single question from a pharmacology quiz. By picking this one question apart, we're going to see just how specific and, honestly, how fascinating medication classifications can be.
Okay, so here it is. This is the heart of our mystery. Which one of these is what's called a tricyclic antidepressant, or TCA for short? We've got 4 options: fluoxetine, nortriptyline, buspirone, and midazolam. Take a second. See if one jumps out at you. Let's figure this out together. You know, the best way to solve a multiple-choice puzzle like this, it's often the process of elimination. So that's our strategy. We're going to look at the wrong answers first. By figuring out what they are, we'll be left with the one thing they're not, which is going to be our answer. All right, let's put our first suspect under the microscope: fluoxetine hydrochloride. Now, this one's used to treat depression, so on the surface, it seems like it could be a real contender. But the key question is it a tricyclic antidepressant?
And boom, here's our first big clue. Fluoxetine, which you probably know as Prozac, is actually a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, an SSRI. Now, this is super important. While both SSRIs and TCAs can treat depression, they work in totally different ways. SSRIs are, well, selective. They mostly focus on one thing, serotonin. That's a completely different mechanism, which means fluoxetine is not our answer.
Okay, one option down. Let's move on to our next line of inquiry. Buspirone hydrochloride. Maybe this is the one we're looking for.
Nope, turns out this isn't it either. Buspirone, or Buspar, is classified as an anxiolytic. And that name kind of gives it away, right? Anxiolytic sounds a lot like anxiety, and that's its primary job: treating anxiety, not depression. Since it has a different main purpose, we can confidently cross this one off the list too.
We are getting so close. We've got just one more incorrect option to investigate, and then the answer should be crystal clear. So let's take a look at midazolam hydrochloride.
And this one is in a whole different ballpark. Midazolam, which also goes by the name Versed, is a benzodiazepine, and that's a class of sedative-hypnotic drugs. So think sedatives, stuff that calms you down or helps you sleep, not antidepressants. So for sure, this is not our TCA.
And just like that, because we've ruled out the other 3, the correct answer has to be the only one left. We've cleared away all the red herrings, and now it's time to finally reveal the solution to our little medical puzzle. So, our mystery medication, the one and only tricyclic antidepressant on this list, is nortriptyline hydrochloride. By checking out what everything else was, we've landed on our answer with total confidence. So what in the world is a tricyclic antidepressant? Well, it's a class of medication used for depression, and the name tricyclic is actually a huge hint. It literally means the drug has a 3-ring chemical structure. This structure is what separates it from something like an SSRI, and it also affects how it works. Unlike those super selective SSRIs, TCAs are a bit broader, affecting multiple brain chemicals like serotonin and norepinephrine. It's just a different kind of tool for a similar job.
And nortriptyline isn't flying solo here. It's part of a whole family of TCAs. You've got other common ones like amitriptyline, which is also called Elavil, and clomipramine or anafranil. They all share that 3-ring structure and belong to this same specific class of drugs. So we solved the quiz question. Great, but this is about more than just getting the right answer. Why does this whole classification system even matter so much? Well, because understanding these different drug classes is absolutely essential for treating really complex conditions. It's not about finding one single magic bullet for everyone. It's about having a whole toolbox of different keys that work in different ways for different people. And this right here is the perfect summary of our whole investigation. You can see it all laid out. We have fluoxetine, the selective SSRI. Then there's nortriptyline, our less selective TCA. We have buspirone, the anxiolytic for anxiety. And finally, midazolam, the benzodiazepine sedative. 4 different drugs, 4 different classes, and 4 totally different approaches to treatment. It really shows you the incredible level of precision that's needed in pharmacology.
So, we'll leave you with this last thought to chew on. We've just looked at 4 completely different kinds of medication, and each one is designed to target a different pathway in the brain. It's like having 4 different keys for 4 different locks, all inside our own heads. It really makes you stop and wonder, what does this level of specificity in our medicine really tell us about the unbelievable, intricate complexity of the human mind itself?